PGCBL fans. My name is Aidan Joly. I am alongside Jared Solomon, a member of the Cincinnati Reds. He is coming off the heels of his major league debut last Saturday. Pitched a scoreless inning against the Pittsburgh Pirates and is a member or an alumni of the Utica Blue Sox. So first of all, Jared, congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we're gonna we'll talk about last weekend first, and we'll get into your just career in general a little bit. Were you expecting it to happen?
I mean, I had not to like that day to be going in on the doubleheader. I didn't expect that. We were in Indianapolis with the AAA, and we actually got rained out. So I was riding around the city just checking it out when I got the call, and they're like, "Hey, you're heading up to be the 27th man." So I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah. What was kind of your reaction to that call?
Just super excited. I was there with my girlfriend, and we were just hanging out, and really hard to put in the words. And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll pack my bags and let's hit the road."
Yeah, and then you had to tell your friends and your family, and they had to go to Cincinnati on pretty short notice. What was that all like?
Yeah, it was exciting. So I immediately I called my parents, called my dad, and told him like, "Hey, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you want to be in Cincinnati tomorrow?" And so he snagged my grandparents, and they started down the road that night and cut the trip in got to about like Pittsburgh, I think. And then they finished the drive the next morning for the doubleheader. And then I think I had some aunt and uncles that they made the trip as well. They made it for the second game, and God bless them. They all made that drive. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long is that drive about?
It's about 8 hours from Northeast PA to Cincinnati. So it's a full day driving.
Yeah. And what was just that first day in the a major league clubhouse like?
It's a lot different, right? It's a lot different than the minor leagues, a lot different than AAA, AA. It was cool. The guys are there. To see my jersey hanging in the locker and says alum on the back. It's like, oh, okay, this is real, and it's sort of sank in there. It's like, okay, we're doing this. We got a game today, and I got a job to do. So it was exciting.
Who were some of those guys that you talked to over the weekend on the team?
So Strickland was my locker mate. Awesome dude. He has a great career in the bigs. Very nice. Art Warren. I actually rehabbed with Art a little bit last year, so I already knew him, and he was very excited for me, and it was comforting to have that familiar face up there. And then obviously talked to DJ and Eric up there, and just they were excited for me, and made it a lot easier to get into that locker room and just let's go.
Yeah, and then it was the second game of the doubleheader that you pitched in, right?
Yeah, it was the last inning. It was the 9th of the second game, so it was a long day of sitting there and waiting. And, just hoping my name was going to get called and the situation was going to be right for me to get in there and do it.
Yeah. Did you have those nerves watching 17 innings of baseball and then like finally 18th inning, like it's your time?
So I think on the first game, I was a little nervous and just like, just sitting out there and seeing how the game was going and just watching. I was nervous, but then once that second game came around, I sort of settled in and really controlled it. But once I started getting hot is when I couldn't feel my feet when I went out to the mound. I was like, it's like, okay, here we go. This is what I was expecting. And then I walked that first hitter, which was frustrating. But once I threw a slider and threw it in the zone, I was like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. There's a reason I'm here, and I was cruising after that.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, what were those feelings like when you're, let's say running out from the bullpen onto the mound in, a major league stadium for the first time? What was that feeling like?
It was incredible. It's your dream comes true. You're a kid playing little league, in your hometown, and you think about, oh man, playing on the big stage, playing in a stadium like that, and here I was running out there, and I'm on that. I'm doing it. So it's just like, dream comes true. And I clicked it. I took the moment in for a second, and then I said, okay, I have a job to do. And you just sort of lock in and tunnel vision and compete.
Yeah. And what was the aftermath of it like? Was your phone blowing up? Like you said, you had a ton of family there. I'm sure like you had friends and coaches and former teammates texting you all night.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it took me 3 days to finally get through everybody.
Yeah.
And obviously they were nice enough to reach out to me and congratulate me and support me, and I wanted to make sure that I sent them a message and just told them that I was I was really appreciative of that. And it was crazy, and it was so exciting to call certain people and let them know what's going on and just tell them a little bit about the experience. And it was special. It was really special.
And now that so you're back in Louisville now, right? You were sent back. Um, what did you tell your teammates there that might not have not ever been in that situation before, just in terms of what it's like, just in terms of even a feeling, or just being there in general.
Yeah, so it's AAA is funny is a lot of the guys have already debuted or like have already pitched right in the bigs, and they have their time. So a lot of them are older than me and have the experience. And so they, for them, it was just like they congratulated me for doing it. And, they recognized how special it was. And then there's a small handful that haven't debuted yet. And so just talking to them about like, hey, just keep doing it because you're literally a day away, and how freaking cool it is. It's definitely different. It's a different vibe up there. And, just give it time, and hopefully, you can make it as well. And, I hope everyone gets that experience because it was incredible.
Yeah, because when you're in AAA, it's you're a double header, or a sprained ankle or something away from the big leagues. Like just what is that vibe like for a AAA club?
Yeah, it's just you just got to be ready. We make moves all the time. It's just the way the game is, and it's a long season. So you want to take care of your body. You want to be as ready as you possibly can every day, because you just never know. You might wake up and hey, is Solomon ready? Is he good to go tonight? Okay, good. Send him up. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. It's every day as you're on your toes, and you just never know. So when you're there, it's a really good place to be. And you just got to constantly be ready. Take care of everything you got to take care of to be ready to go up and help the team.
Yeah. And just to transit, what has this journey just been like for you? And just to transition to another topic, you spent the summer of 2016 in Utica, worked your way up through the minor leagues. What has just that been like, as all encompassing?
Well, I mean, it was a wild ride. It was a long one. So I got drafted in 17 out of my junior college, Lackawanna. And, as a young kid, I was 19. I had just turned 20 2 days before I got drafted. So I was out in Minnesota, played, got drafted, and then I went to rookie ball, and I spent it in the AZL. And it's, the AZL isn't exactly fun. There's no fans. You're just trying to get reps and get acclimated to pro ball a little bit. And so then I went into my first full season, went to extended. Then I went to Billings, Montana, and got promoted from there. Went to Dayton full season, which was low A at the time. The next year I came back, went to Dayton again for a month, and got promoted to Daytona, and that was in 19. And got a really good taste of full season baseball, pretty good ball. I was pitching decently well. Obviously, there's things to work on as a starter. And then 2020 came, and COVID happened. So COVID, we missed the whole season, and I didn't stop throwing. I was playing sandlot ball with buddies, and we had a few pro guys we'd meet in the middle of our, we're like spread out over an hour distance of towns, and we'd meet in the middle and play sandlot ball. And I got my innings that way. And then we had a fall camp, and they called me and asked me to come out and say, hey, show them that you can relieve. It'll be a faster track to get to the bigs, and show them that you can do it. And I went in there amped up, and ended up blowing out my elbow. Threw really well, and blew out my elbow, which was, just devastating, coming off of a full season of not playing affiliated ball. And, but a blessing was that they saw how well I threw, and the organization really likes me, and they decided to put me on the 40-man, which really helped my rehab process. So it was about 15 months of rehab. Missed all of last season rehabbing in Arizona, and this was my first full season coming back. And I went to big league camp, competed in big league camp, feeling really good. Threw really well in camp, and then I started my season in AA. Threw well there. Went to AAA right away. I've been throwing pretty well there, and here we are. Got the debut, and hopefully I'm back up there soon, as long as I'm doing my job.
You missed all of last year. What was it, Tommy John that you had?
Yes, yeah, it was Tommy John.
What's the rehab process for that like, in terms from kind of your standpoint? Because we hear about it all the time, but any personal stories from that?
It's long and monotonous. You have to. It's everyday shoulder care, and just going through the little reps that, so 3 sets, 4 sets, 15 reps, and it's these just bands or really light weights, and then you graduate into getting back into the weight room and putting on weight and getting strong again. And if you really wanted to change your body, I put on 20 pounds in my rehab, and I said hey, I need to, if I'm going to throw this hard, I need to be bigger, I need to be stronger so I can handle it. All right. And especially over a course of a full season. So in my early meetings, hey, here's the goal. I want to be 20 pounds heavier. And so for me, it was a big deal to get in the weight room and really eat. I think I spent 2 months where all I did was go to the complex, come back and eat all day long and work out, and that was the goal. That was the point of it, was, hey, we're going to put 20 pounds on and get strong. And so when I go into throwing, I'm ready for it and my body can handle it. And then the throwing program is just listening to your body and relearning how to throw, creating a routine of light, medium, high intensity days, and making sure you're recovering. Thankfully, I had a really smooth recovery. I didn't really have too many setbacks. There's a few times I might have yelled at my PT because out of frustration, but we have a very good relationship, so it all works out. Obviously, it wasn't out of a bad place in my heart. It's just when you're rehabbing and you want to compete, and you're out of the game for 15 months, you can really get frustrated. And keeping a good mental approach to the rehab, and knowing that, hey, at the end of this, it's going to be okay, and that it's going to get you to the place that you want to be, is really key. So,
yeah. And now, just looking into the future, what's your outlook for, the remainder of the season, and, just looking forward?
So I don't have a plan. I don't set expectations other than controlling what I can control. Right. This game throws a lot of things at you that, are out of your control, and you can't get hung up on that. Would I love to stay in the bigs, after I debuted? Yeah. But you know what? The team has a plan for me, and I trust that. And all I can do is go out there and compete, whether it's at AAA or the big league level. And if it's at AAA, okay, I'll compete, help this team win. And then hopefully that in turn gets me promoted back up, and we continue the journey,
Well, Jared, I really appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, tell us your story a little bit, and, what the big leagues is like.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Anytime. Appreciate Perfect Game, right? They gave me an opportunity in summer of 2016. It was the best summer of baseball I've ever played, I think. So
yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the PGCBL season will be opening up on June 3rd. Make sure you follow our social media channels, as well as pgcbl.com for all sorts of preseason and in-season content.